welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. Now I thought tonight we would take a slight break from my new Sunday night series and do my monthly updates. So if you guys have been watching for a while, you will know that I like to update you guys with new changes and things that have come out regarding Disney. So it's a new month and I thought I would update you all with what has changed or been announced since last month. And I have a pretty long list of some really exciting things. So let's get into it. First things first, I'm really excited about this, is the Festival of the Lion King is coming back. Now I have already said that, but it's coming back this month. That's right, in May. It is gonna be kind of an updated, slightly changed, modified Festival of the Lion King show, but nonetheless, I am so excited. I might have to book a last minute trip just so I can see the new show. So as no one really knows what the exact changes will be, I am sure it's going to be highly delightful. So for those of you who do not know what the Festival of the Lion King is, it is like a stage show over at Disney's Animal Kingdom, and obviously it is about the Lion King. Now, traditionally, they would kind of separate the audience, and I want to say like 3 or 4 groups, and there were these like giant puppet characters on floats, and then there were actors and such on stage. And so the actors would get the audience involved with some audience participation, and they would have us kind of competing against different sides of the room. And then all of a sudden, these giant animatronic puppets, you know, like Pumbaa was one of them, Simba was one of them, would kind of interact and talk to us. And they had an amazing floor show with birds kind of like dancing and doing these things. Of course, they were adults dressed as birds. Sorry, I forgot to mention that part. And then they had Timon and his jumping monkeys, and they would kind of bounce around on this like trampoline-like stage show. And there was singing and fire, and it was just delightful. And anyway, it had to close per COVID, but it's reopening. So yay, I'm so excited for that. So that is happy news number 1. Next thing on my list is, I don't know if it's really gonna matter to some of you, but Disney has added more mobile ordering for snack carts. So certain little snack kiosk counter service areas are now mobile order, which is great. So rather than waiting in a really, really long line to get your funnel cake or whatever the heck you were getting, you can kind of mobile order ahead of time on your phone when you know you're walking in that direction. So let's say you're trying to eat over at Sleepy Hollow and get a funnel cake, but you're over there in Tomorrowland, but you know you're going for your funnel cake. You can kind of start placing your order in Tomorrowland and then click that you've arrived so you can then pick up your funnel cake. So it kind of just depends. But for people who know exactly where they're going and that's where they're headed, it's kind of nice to kind of do that virtual line system as opposed to physically wait in line. So make sure you check your app, because many of those snack cart counter service areas have now updated to mobile order. So next thing on the list is Jungle Cruise. Now I know I keep talking about this, but in case you guys have missed it, Jungle Cruise is getting a makeover. It is getting a pretty, I don't know, it didn't seem that elaborate of a makeover when it was first announced, but it is feeling very detailed at this point. But anyway, for some reason, Disney's decided to kind of remodel Jungle Cruise while it remains open. So slowly as you do ride this ride, you will notice a few things have been taken out, and eventually a few things will get put back in. So I announced in April that they removed Trader Sam's Mr. I will trade 2 of my heads for 1 of yours. Since that announcement, they did remove the rhino pole. So as you're riding down Jungle Cruise, there is a scene where you see various explorers kind of climbing up a pole to avoid a rhino. And they have removed that pole because they are updating the characters and the figures that will be on the pole. So right now that pole is gone. They just announced that Trader Sam is coming back in kind of a form. They didn't announce if he will be back as a figure, but his iconic memory of Trader Sam will be returning. I think it's almost in the same spot that he was. It's gonna be a gift shop. Basically, Trader Sam has decided that he wants to sell all of your lost and found belongings at the end of the ride and, you know, make a few dollars that way. There is a slight mention of a photo thing as part of this new scene, so we don't know if they are going to be adding a memory maker photo opportunity to the ride at this point either, but it's kind of fun to think about. But either way, if you're headed over to Disney World, make sure you pay attention to that, because Jungle Cruise is actively changing and kind of morphing into its new Jungle Cruise state, which is pretty cool. At least for me, it's kind of cool to see the changes as it's happening. So yeah, Jungle Cruise. Next thing on the list is refilling your own mugs. So if you have watched my previous videos, I went on and on about resort mugs because a lot of you were asking questions about it. Well, of course they've changed policy, which makes my previous information kind of null and void. But anyway, they are still selling resort mugs. So if you are staying on Disney property, you can get the regular mug for 20 bucks. And then they have a metal-based Star Wars mug that's $30. So you buy this mug and then you get unlimited refills at any resort during your stay. Key there, doesn't have to be your resort. So if you're staying at, say, the Contemporary on the monorail and you go over to the Grand Floridian or the Polynesian or whatever, just to kind of hang out, maybe shop, maybe eat, you can refill your mug at those resorts. They're just not working in the parks. They never have, they probably never will. But here's the change. Since COVID, the cast member was basically filling a cup for you and handing it to you. They weren't filling in your actual mug, and you yourself as the guest weren't doing anything. Well, they've brought back the refill station, so you yourself as the guest will be refilling your own mug. So make sure you bring your mug with you. In previous videos, I mentioned you didn't even really need to have the mug because they were giving you your beverage in its own like to-go container. So you can now refill your own mug. Next subject. Okay, so for those of you who are not in the know, like I really am in the know of these things, is Disney is booking up. They are booking up really quick, really fast. And I'm not talking about just hotels. I'm talking about park pass reservations. So if you think you're going to Disney World anytime soon and you have not secured your park passes, you need to check the calendar, because as of right now, May, June, and July are almost all exclusively booked up in the gray, meaning it's getting really close to the point where no one, unless you have a park pass reservation, is getting in this summer. August does appear to be solidly in the green, so August is wide open, so is September. October is getting a little iffy. So of course, October 1st, Epcot and Magic Kingdom are gone because that's the first day of the 50th. And of course, the first day of Ratatouille. But Halloween is now also gone at Magic Kingdom. And so were 2 weird days in the middle of the week. October 11th and 12th are gone for a few parks. And as I keep going, it looks like Thanksgiving week is starting to fill up as well. So if you are one of those people that keeps delaying of the booking process, my suggestion is to just get on it already. You might want to just secure that reservation. And if you're looking for a travel agent, of course, this is what I do for a living. But note, if you think you can just, I don't know, drive over to Magic Kingdom and just go to the park for the day, you have another thing coming. Disney has changed policy. Not only do you need a park ticket, but you need a park pass reservation to get in. And at this point, Disney has been stopping selling park passes the day of, especially when that park is at capacity. So just a little note, summer is getting popular. All right, on to the next thing. The PeopleMover is open. Woo, woo. All right, so if those of you who know what I'm talking about, the iconic ride is open over in Tomorrowland at Magic Kingdom. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, it is essentially a PeopleMover. I think it's called the Tomorrowland Transit Authority is the official name. The PeopleMover is kind of like the code name there. But yeah, it's essentially an extremely slow moving ride that just kind of moves around. But the nice thing about it is it's kind of in the sky, right? So it's not quite as high up as a monorail, but it's a super amazing ride. And the best part about it is it goes through some of the rides. So it's a great way to see kind of a little insight into Space Mountain, a little insight into a few other rides. And of course it provides excellent views of the park itself, of the castle. And right now you can see a really good view of Tron during construction. But either way, the PeopleMover is, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people don't ride it. I feel like they don't realize how cool it is. And of course, all of us who have been doing Disney since we were babies all know that the PeopleMover is a fabulous, iconic ride. So make sure you give PeopleMover a try. Again, it is for all ages. It's extremely slow moving kind of PeopleMover. I mean, I really don't know what else to say about it, but yeah, it's finally opened after a super duper long who knows what. I don't know if it was a total refurbishment, if there was just some maintenance issues. It's been down since I think COVID. I haven't been able to ride it in all of my trips since COVID because it's been down. But either way, the PeopleMover is a win. Make sure you give the PeopleMover a try. Next thing up, I should have mentioned it earlier when I was talking about tickets, but Disney has announced 100%. You need a park pass reservation and a ticket to get in. So what's been happening is two things. First, a lot of people have just been showing up to the park thinking they can go in because they have a ticket, or thinking they can just buy a ticket at the booth. There is more to it than that. You need to secure a park pass reservation, which is free, by the way. So once you buy your ticket, you have to then go into the system and say, on October 3rd, I want to visit Animal Kingdom. On October 4th, I want to visit Epcot. You're basically reserving your spot at the park because all the parks right now are at reduced capacity, currently at 35%. Of course, that could change at any time. So once Disney's magical numbers of their 35% fills up, you can't get into the park unless you have a reservation for it. And there was a little slippery slope that was kind of happening. I know for me as a travel agent, what was happening is clients would book a trip, clients would secure park pass reservations, clients would say change dates or cancel said trip, and their park pass reservations would stay on their account. So even though my clients weren't going anymore or they changed the dates, they were basically hogging up park pass reservations from people who really want to go. I'm sure there were a few people out there who knew of this and were creating some sort of shady system that they were doing, but either way, Disney said, nope, you need to have both in your account. So they are going in and they are canceling people's park pass reservations if you do not have a ticket that goes with it. So just something to note. Next thing on the list. Oh, this was actually kind of some big news. Disney came out and I don't know, I guess I can honestly say I was pretty shocked. I was excited, but I was shocked. Disney came out just out of the blue saying they are updating their cast member costumes and appearance policies to be more inclusive. What does that mean? Well, it means someone like me can finally be a cast member. Woo woo! It means if you have visual tattoos, you can basically share them with your guests. You no longer have to cover up your tattoos either by wearing long sleeves or having some sort of flesh tone makeup. So you will see cast members showing off their ink now, which I don't know. It's extremely shocking to me because it is not the Disney I grew up with, but at the same time, like, I can be a cast member now, guys. I have I'll try to tell you the story quickly. Back when I was in college, I tried to be a cast member at my local Disney store. And back then, Disney stores were even more, I don't know, there weren't that many of them, and it was extremely special to be a cast member at the Disney store. And anyway, they had a series of interviews. I think it was like 4 stages, and I got all the way to the 4th stage. Like, I obviously made it through the end. And at the very end, they decided not to hire me because I didn't really look like a cast member. It broke my heart. So despite the fact I had blue hair at the time and was totally willing to dye it of normal tone, which is still policy, you do need to have normal toned hair, I do have some ink that could have possibly shown through my costume, and I guess the management felt it wasn't worth dealing with that, so they let someone else take the spot. I will say I was broken-hearted that the Disney store didn't want me because of cute tattoos I have on my body. Anyway, long story short, you will see cast members with ink, but on top of this, in their whole inclusion costume thing, now they didn't really totally elaborate on this, but what I got to understand is both male and female cast will have more variety of costumes to their choosing. It made me feel like if a female cast member doesn't want to wear the dress or the skirt option, that maybe she would have more pants options. They also said that it would be more inclusive, like the cast over at Galaxy's Edge. The cast members over at Galaxy's Edge have multiple layers of pieces as part of their costumes, so they can kind of make up their own look using these approved pieces. So it made me feel like that maybe is the direction they're going in, but they're basically allowing male and females to kind of choose how they want to dress, as opposed to saying men wear this, women wear this. And it appears they're gonna be making costumes a little bit easier for those who are handicapped or are, you know, in an accessible wheelchair type device vehicle there. So it'll be interesting to see what these costumes will look like. But that was a big announcement. Still, I am still shocked. I don't know what I will do when I finally get to Magic Kingdom or whatever and I see cast members with tattoos. I don't know. It's just, I grew up so long ago when tattoos were basically just bad. You were not supposed to get tattoos. Tattoos are for bad people, right? I'm getting a tattoo and I'm just like one step away from prison at this point. And so I still get shocked when I go to like Target and I see employees there with like nose rings and tattoos. And I always think, wow, back in the day when I was trying to work at Target, you guys never would have hired me. The world is changing, people. The world is changing and adapting and moving on, and it is progressing. And yeah, so if you are into ink and you see a cast member with some really cool tattoos, feel free to chat with them about it, because apparently that is part of what this whole new change is all about. So anyway, let's move on. The Disney Wish. Who has heard that they finally revealed all the details and information about the newest cruise ship, Disney Wish? I am so excited. She will set sail summer of 2022, and you can start booking her late this month. Now, I will warn you guys, I had a lot of clients who saw this announcement and they are like, yes, Nina, let's book me Disney Wish right now. I want to be on the first cruise. Hold the phone. I will say that they are giving priority booking to people that are super high on the Castaway Key Club membership level. So Platinum Gold members will be able to book first. So if you are a newbie, perhaps you've never been on a Disney cruise, or maybe you're just silver, the odds of you getting in on the first cruise might be slim to none. I am expecting these cruises to book extremely fast, almost sell out the day they come out. So if you are determined to be on the Disney Wish, I'm just kind of throwing it out there. But either way, make sure you guys check out information about the Disney Wish. It looks amazing. New dining things, including dining shows, a new kind of kids club. They have a new, I want to call it the Aqueduct. It's not the Aqueduct. It's a new type of water slide system. So the other ships have the Aqua Dunk and the Aqua Duck. Now this ship's gonna have the Aqua Mouse, I do believe is what it's called. And it's kind of an interactive version of the Aqueduct that kind of takes you around the ship, and you kind of in this like clear inner tube water feature. They're very fun. They're very cool to ride, except this one appears to have kind of interactive maybe scenes within it. So yeah, Disney Wish looks amazing. The staterooms look more modernized, more lighter in tone. So I can't wait for that. They're gonna have larger family suites. So the people, instead of having to get 2 staterooms, you can purchase one of these larger family suites, which is pretty great. And my favorite part is they're gonna have a Star Wars bar inside. Woo woo. So when you put your kiddies to sleep and you wanna go explore the ship, you can go get your Star Wars on. I absolutely love that because they always had Star Wars Day at Sea on some of the other cruise ships, but they were always a very specific time of year, a time of year that I can't travel. So I have never been at Star Wars Day at Sea, and I've always wanted to. So now I feel like I can get my Star Wars on by going on the Disney Wish. So I am so excited for that, yay! All right, so going along with a little bit more Star Wars is the Star Wars Hotel, the Galactic Starcruiser. Okay, so more information has come out about this. And most people just call it the Star Wars Hotel, which is basically gonna be behind Hollywood Studios. So for those of you who don't know, they did push back the opening date. It is now opening sometime in 2022. No one knows the exact date. Now, I could have predicted this. With COVID and everything going on, I can totally see why they need to push back the opening date. The way they are presenting this hotel is that it is so fully Star Wars, and you are going to be so fully immersed in the Star Wars culture that I expect they can't really open until all those kind of COVID things have been reduced or eliminated. Because even in the pictures of the star, I always call it wrong, the Galactic Starcruiser, it even shows pictures of like droids walking around, Chewie is helping people with luggage, and all these great things. Well, that really can't happen when we're social distancing. So I can totally see why they pushed it back. But one part of the announcement is that Disney has created an almost real lightsaber. And by real, I mean a retractable blade. That's right, people. We are talking, you press the button and the blade goes up. You press the button again and the blade goes down. This is huge. Of course, they announced that only people who are staying on the Galactic Starcruiser will have access to this lightsaber. But I'm so excited about it. Unbelievably excited about it. I am saving my pennies now. And for those of you who do not know, this hotel has been projected to be extremely expensive. So save your pennies, people. It has been estimated that it might cost you $3 or $4 grand to take your family of 4 for a 2-night stay on this Galactic Starcruiser. Some people have even estimated that it might be $3,000 per person. I'm a family of 4. $3,000 per person means it's a $12,000 experience, but it's only a 2-night deal. That's right, they are making it like a cruise ship. So just like a cruise ship, if everyone boards on Sunday, and it's a 7-day cruise, then everyone gets off on the same day. Well, the Galactic Starcruiser is the same way, except it's only 2 nights. So the same amount of people will board on the same day, stay 2 full nights, and then disembark on the exact same day. So it's the same set of people you start your cruise with, you end your cruise with. But yeah, it's pretty exciting. So yeah, save your pennies now because this is gonna be a whopper of a deal. And if you're not so much into Star Wars, then lucky you. You get to keep your bank account as it is. People like me, well, I don't know, we're going in debt now. But another thing to note about the Star Wars Hotel is that it's finally on the park map. So if you go and you log into the app and you go and you spread open the map to look at it, behind Hollywood Studios, you can now see the Galactic Starcruiser on the map. That means it's real, guys. It's legit. This thing is happening, and I'm so uber excited. The rooms look fantastic. I love the whole immersive things. The lightsaber, they announced the dining and all this stuff that will be on this hotel, and I can't wait till Disney does more announcements because I might have to do a whole video on it. But yeah, Nina's gonna be on this thing. Even if I have to break the bank, I am gonna be on the Galactic Starcruiser eventually. So anyway, guys, moving on. They just announced it, I don't know, like 2 or 3 days ago. Disney is bringing back more cast. Woo-woo! So more cast members mean more things are opening. It can also mean more capacity, meaning Disney might raise the capacity numbers. But this is all a good thing. Some of these cast members have been furloughed since last March, over a year. So Disney is slowly calling back more cast members, and they have announced that they are returning the college program. The college program houses tons and tons of cast members from all around the world. Of course, I don't know to the extent of where these cast members will be coming, if they're going to be the international cast members as well, or the more domestic local cast members. But either way, this is a good thing. This is a good thing for those cast members who missed their opportunity to be part of the college program, for those who experience was cut short, and it means more experiences, higher capacity levels, more things are coming back to normal. So yay, cast members, if you've been called back, I can't wait to see ya real soon. So next thing on the list is, I should have mentioned it when I was talking about Star Wars, but Savi's Workshop is where you build a custom lightsaber, a lightsaber that does not have a retractable blade, by the way. You can see my video on this. You get a plastic piece that kind of screws on. But anyway, Savi's Workshop quietly raised their prices. So if you have reservations for Savi's Workshop to custom build your own lightsaber, just know that the price has gone up $20. So apparently this has shocked many guests, and so there have been a few scuffles and situations out at Savi's Workshop because people are basically refusing to pay the higher price despite the fact they made their reservations a while ago. So just note that to build your own custom lightsaber, it is now $219.99 plus tax. It's up to you to decide if it's worth it. Me personally, I'm glad I have my saber, but I can't wait to get the retractable one, which I'm sure is gonna be at least double the cost of this one, if not more. Of course, only time will tell. All right, guys, next on the list is Disneyland. Disneyland has finally opened, woohoo! They have been open now for a few days, and for those of you who are in California, I am highly jealous of you. So right now, due to the state laws and the governor over there, it's only allowed to be open to California residents right now. So people like me are just chomping at the bit, waiting for them to open to other states. So despite what you read online, Disney is not currently opening to more people, and they are not currently opening to only people who have been vaccinated. I don't know, you gotta be careful when you read these blogs out here, guys, because some crazy stuff gets written and a lot of it is not true. Right now, Disneyland is open, but to California residents only. So either way, Disneyland, we are so glad you are back, and I can't wait to see you real soon. So please open up to other states. All right, guys, so that's it for me. I hope you found this video useful. I know it can be difficult reading all the different blogs and things, all the different news that kind of pops up, and it's hard to know what to believe and what not to believe. So I purposely jot down the stuff that A, matters, and B, is legit. So I am not one to spread rumors or to make lies. I want you guys to know the truth. So everything I have said here is 100% real and legit and came from Disney directly. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it useful. If you have yet to subscribe to my channel, if the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and comment. I want to know if you prefer these type of videos where I kind of tell you of the news and changes and policy updates for the parks, or if you more prefer my other videos where I walk you through the park, maybe give you, the best ride list for kids or something like that. Let me know what kind of videos you want to see on these Sunday nights. So yeah, but as always, guys, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.